I found divorce papers in my air vent. I, 29 female, and my husband, 30 male, have been married for 4 years now, together for 7, and it's going fantastically well. He's handsome, cute, kind, loving, and makes me feel safe and wanted and loved and protected. He takes me on dates, shows physical affection wherever he can, and also just makes me feel happy. We have no kids, but we are trying for it. So the other day I was cleaning the house. I'm a housewife, and I was cleaning the air vent at the top of the staircase aisle, because we had never cleaned it ever since we bought the house, and when I opened it, there was a box, an unmarked box. I took it out and then opened it, and then there was a note and divorce papers, all ready with our names on it. The only thing wasn't filled in was the signatures of us. I was crushed. He had just gone to work after kissing me for 7 to 8 minutes and hugged me, and everything has been going great. So why this? I opened the note, and it read as follows: "It is with immense regret and sadness that your love between you and my name has ran its course. I'm sorry, his name, you didn't deserve this, or you did. I don't know, maybe she cheated, maybe you did, maybe the love didn't last for you. All those times, all those moments of being with her, are of no use now. In the end, she did go away, or you rather made her leave. She's gone, never coming back. It's okay, you effing R-word piece of shite. You didn't deserve her in the first place. Dumb and delusional is what you are, since you didn't push her away in the first place. You don't deserve love, you deserve to be shot." Or, "She cheated on you, I'm sorry for that. She let another man's D inside her and she didn't back off. She had an affair, physical or emotional, and she didn't choose you. Forget her, forgive her, because to be amity is to be forgiving, and you deserve the peace, my friend. You did everything that you could, but she wanted more. Listen to, we don't understand each other, from SD3, and go to sleep. Hit the gym tomorrow. I'm here for you. Take care, mate. Yours, his name." His note was from himself, by himself, for himself. I'm crying right now. I've never cheated on him and never even had the thought of cheating on him. All I want is him to be with me. What should I do? It breaks me to see how he thinks like this.
My fiancé's been dating a woman our entire relationship. My girlfriend and I, about 4 years ago, things were great, we meshed really well, we had a lot of chemistry, we never really fought. I asked her to marry me 6 months ago and she said yes. I was on top of the world. We were making plans to buy a house on top of planning the wedding. A few weeks ago, she took a trip to see her best friend from college, Sasha. She flies to see Sasha maybe once or twice a year, and has for as long as I've known her. During quarantine, she road tripped. When she got back, she seemed out of sorts. I asked her if something happened on the trip, but she said no. I decided to plan a surprise for her birthday, a video compilation of all her friends saying nice things about her for her birthday. I don't have Sasha's contact information, so I went into my girlfriend's phone while she was in the shower. I wasn't trying to snoop, but I pulled up Sasha's messages, and it just sprung out at me. Sasha had written, "I'm sorry I didn't give you the answer you wanted. You've always been too good for me. Go through with the wedding." I couldn't stop myself from scrolling up, and I didn't see anything else about the wedding. I thought she was having second thoughts about marrying me. There were a ton of messages and they were in constant contact all day every day. I noticed a lot of very lovely messages. My girlfriend always tells her friends she loves them and that they're gorgeous, but these were like semi-intimate. I went into panic mode, and my girlfriend walked in the room before I could think things through. She asked me what was wrong because I was really pale. I just blurted out, "What's going on with Sasha? Do you not want to marry me?" We had a long argument, and she ended up admitting that she was in love with Sasha. They dated for 5 years before my girlfriend and I met, but Sasha is closeted, so they never told anyone except for their close circle. Sasha broke it off the same year we met, but they stayed friends. I knew my girlfriend is bi, but she never told me about a girlfriend. She admitted to cheating on me with Sasha, and said she had been from the start. On her last trip to see Sasha, she told Sasha if she still wanted to be together, my girlfriend would call off the wedding, but Sasha said no. My girlfriend said she loves both me and Sasha. She said she never wanted to hurt me, and always felt bad about cheating on me, but it's hard for her to ignore Sasha, so every time Sasha asked her to come, she went. We broke up and I'm staying with my brother. I haven't told him or anyone else why we broke up. I don't even know where to start with canceling wedding stuff.
My boyfriend doesn't want to marry me because I'm an immigrant. I, 29 female, moved to the United States 7 years ago as a grad school student from Indonesia. I met my boyfriend, 30 male, a few months after I moved, and we've been together ever since. My boyfriend is a US citizen. After I graduated, we had a serious discussion about where our relationship was headed. I made it very clear that I wanted to eventually get married and have children. My boyfriend echoed the sentiments. I remember asking him if he saw that happening with me because I didn't want to be in a relationship with no future. He told me he loved me, and that we were definitely headed in that direction. As of last week, we've been dating for 7 years. We've occasionally talked about marriage, but we were both busy with our respective careers, so the timing didn't seem quite right. However, recently my company announced that there's a chance that my department's work will be outsourced. I'm on an H-1B visa, temporary worker, so this means that I need to start looking for a job as soon as possible if I want to continue staying in the US. Last week, during our anniversary, I brought this up. I asked him if he thought it was the right time to think about getting married, as that will also help with sorting out my visa issues. He looked like he was about to vomit. After much prodding, he confessed that he wasn't planning on us getting married before I was able to get a green card, permanent resident, in the US. I was incredibly confused because he'd never mentioned this before. His reason was that he didn't want to be used as a visa mule, his words not mine, by me, and that he wanted to make sure that I married him because I loved him and not because it was a ticket to getting to stay in the US, which can only happen when I get a green card. It took me a while to process what he said, and I asked him if he'd be okay to move to Indonesia with me, which he wasn't. I did not react well and ended up leaving because I couldn't deal with what just happened. I'm still in disbelief. I started dating him because he was the kindest, most thoughtful, and generous man I'd met. I now feel like I wasted 7 years. While the visa issues are certainly a problem, I did not date him with the intention of making him my safety net. I cannot believe that even after nearly a decade together, he doesn't know what kind of person I am. I feel like this relationship is possibly over and it hurts. It hurts so much.
Today I messed up using my brother's playlist as background music while trying to lose my V card. My girlfriend 18 and I 18 male were planning to make love with each other 6 days ago. It would have been our first time going all the way and becoming whatever the opposite word for V card holder is. No V card haver? I dunno. My room was available. My parents were out of the house and out of the country. A mom and dad holiday. My brother 20 was sleeping at his friend's flat. He was fully aware of my plan and promised to provide me with as much privacy as possible. He created a playlist for me, a soundtrack to set the mood in the bedroom. I rolled my eyes as soon as I saw some of the suggestive song titles, but my brother said I would thank him afterwards. Sadly, I believed him. I connected my phone to the TV in my room and opened the playlist my brother sent me. When my girlfriend and I were on my bed, doing our thing, the following songs played: I'm ready, right here waiting, take my breath away, can you feel the love tonight, nothing feels better, naked, 7 seconds, slow down, take your time, love me right. The list went on and on. It became kind of distracting, not gonna lie, because my girlfriend and I would end up paying more attention to the next song title on the TV screen or laughing at the lyrics instead of, following the instructions of the songs. I was tempted to turn off the playlist, but my girlfriend and I managed to reapply our focus on the primary objective. My girlfriend was giving top. At that stage, we were in the no hard feelings, numb little bug. When I'm small, sorry seems to be the hardest word part of the playlist. I was struggling not to climax until I heard something that made it impossible for me to climax ever again. A random voice note appeared on the playlist from my mom and dad reacting to the news of my first job interview coming up. Instead of old love songs playing in the background, it was suddenly my parents saying things like, "You got this, buddy, just be yourself, honey, don't overthink it, is it a good position? Remember eye contact, don't be afraid to ask questions, use your brother to practice." I got up and shut down the playlist. My stiffy was gone, dead, buried, banished to the realm of tormented V-card holders. My girlfriend was unable to stop laughing. We decided to try again another time. It's been 6 days. My parents are back. Life is happening. And my girlfriend and I are struggling to find proper time to be alone together since both of us are still living with our mom and dad. Thanks, bro.
People who've almost been abducted. What's your story? When I was 12, I was playing alone outside my house. I noticed a car circling the neighborhood. Soon afterward, the man who was driving the car stopped about 50 meters away from me, wound down the window, and gestured me over. I felt strange but didn't think too much about it and approached his car. Him: "Hi there, do you live around here?" Me: "Yes." Him: "Great. I'm actually a little lost. Could you tell me the nearest way to 20th Street? Me: "Oh, just go straight this way and then turn right once you come to a T-junction. How hard can this be, right?" Him: "I'm a little confused. Do you mind hopping in and showing me the way? I'll bring you right back afterward." I was a little hesitant but said yes nevertheless. The moment I got into his car and he locked the doors, that was when my heart raced. I realized just how dumb I was and what a ginormous mistake I had made. It was too late anyway. So I sat in the front seat and prayed for the best. I directed him to the place he wanted to go to, and instead of taking me back home, he accidentally missed a turn and took me to the next neighborhood, which was about 2 to 3 kilometers away. He eventually stopped his car next to an abandoned building, saying that we would get down, and I would help him look for something in the building. I was scared, so I just obliged. He then told me that the door on my side was faulty and that it could only be opened from the outside. He said I could only get out through his door. Instead of opening my door for me from the outside or stepping out of the car so I could exit easily from his side, he sat in the driver's seat the whole time. This meant at some point of trying to get out, I would be sitting on his lap. The worst part was he kept the doors locked longer than he should have, enjoying every moment. Eventually, he let both of us out, led me into the building, and started holding me so close. To say that I was terrified was an understatement. Before he could do anything else, I ran out of there as fast as lightning. I just bolted, didn't even look back, and ran all the way home. Boy, did I run. To this day, I'm so thankful that he did not tie me up or have me in a way that I wasn't able to escape. If I hadn't escaped, God knows what would have happened to me. I've never told a single soul about this incident my whole life.
My girlfriend landed a role on a TV show. I watched the premiere with my family and now I completely regret it. A couple of months ago my girlfriend responded to an online ad for an upcoming TV show about Gen Z. The ad encouraged anyone between the ages of 18 to 25 to sign up for the show. If your submission was successful, which was the case with my girlfriend, you would be required to come to the studio and get interviewed on camera. That was it. Just you, the camera crew, and questions you had to answer about what it meant to be Gen Z. I was there to drop my girlfriend at the studio and then pick her up afterwards. I was not allowed to be present during the interview. A couple of hours later, I was back behind the wheel with my girlfriend, who seemed relieved that she was no longer in front of the camera. I was curious to know what her experience was like and what kind of questions were asked, etc. But my girlfriend said it was all a blur and that we would just have to wait and see when the show eventually aired. Cut to now. The show aired at the beginning of the month on one of the local streaming sites in my country. My girlfriend and I were unable to watch her episode together because we were physically too far apart, but I still made it an event by encouraging my mom and dad to watch it with me, which they were more than happy to do. I expected an entertaining and engaging discussion about all kinds of things affecting young people, and for the most part, I got exactly what I expected, which made me extremely proud of my girlfriend because most of the pressure was on her to be interesting and articulate, and she freaking killed it. That said, towards the end of the interview, my girlfriend was challenged to comment on random words that appeared on screen. Words young people were using or redefining like, riz, sus, drip, bag, body count, etc. One of the words was slut, which prompted my girlfriend to state that she believed there was positive affirmation and power in the word slut, before she decided to go a step further by saying she proudly considered herself a slut, because she's had many partners and she enjoyed sleeping with all of them. Needless to say, eye contact became challenging for me with my mom and dad present. I could sense the sudden tension in the room as my girlfriend unashamedly embraced her slutty self. The episode was less than 13 minutes long, but it ended up feeling a lot longer due to how uncomfortable it was to watch with my parents. For the rest of that evening I had to listen to my mom and dad remind me of what a decent girl my ex used to be, and how I let her get away, just when I thought they were finally warming up to my girlfriend. I did No Nut November, and somehow thought it would be a good idea to bring my date to a drag show. Now she won't talk to me. No Nut November. This year was my first attempt at not self-pleasuring or making love for an entire month. Why did I feel compelled to do this? No idea. I stopped making sense ages ago. Without wasting your time with unnecessary suspense, I'll confirm that I made it through No Nut November without cheating. The mess up was what happened towards the end of November. A friend of mine invited me to his drag show. My friend, who's the most introverted gay guy during the day, enjoyed dressing up as an exuberant woman at night and performing at popular gay clubs. I accepted his invitation and showed up at one of the biggest and busiest gay clubs in our area to watch him do his thing. I was there with my date, Ellie. While Ellie and I were watching my friend sing and dance on stage, I could feel my bladder struggling to keep the floodgates closed. I waited until my friend had to change outfits backstage before I decided to rush to the restroom. There was a queue. My friend was in the middle of his post-outfit change performance when I eventually emerged from the restroom. At that moment, my friend was no longer just performing on stage. He was moving through the crowd while singing and dancing and taking off his clothing. I should have followed my gut and stayed close to the restroom where I was literally out of the spotlight, at least until my friend was on the stage again, but I thought I could low-key return to my seat without drawing any attention. I thought wrong. The spotlight landed on me like the eye of Sauron as soon as I made my way back to my seat. My friend suddenly appeared next to me wearing nothing but a itty-bitty thing and introduced me to the crowd as his straight friend. My friend did not leave it at that. He made me sit down before proceeding to give me a personal dance in front of everyone. Keep in mind, I've not self-pleasured or made love for weeks when this happened. It didn't take much to trigger a stiffy. As soon as my friend planted his butt on my lap and began grinding, I was rock hard. The worst part was when the lap dance was over and my friend got up. My pants did an extremely poor job of hiding my stiffy and the damn spotlight on me was not helping the situation at all. It was embarrassing, not only for me, but apparently also for Ellie. She was literally hiding her face behind her hands. It was an awkward end to our date. Ellie ghosted me afterwards and my friend has been bragging about giving me a stiffy since the drag show. It was an unforgettable experience for all the wrong reasons.